Greetings, fellow action figure connoisseurs, and welcome to another episode of Digital Caveman Presents G.I. Joe Tuesday. I, as always, am your host, the Digital Caveman, and today I will be presenting you with the G.I. Joe Classified Series Retro Carded Flint. Let's get into it! Let's start things off with a look at the packaging. And let's bring it in here. Warning, don't stick things in your pie hole that do not belong there. 4 and up, there's the assortment number, if you need that kind of thing. And then we have G.I. Joe in those nice classic colors, red, white, and blue, but no real American hero, says Flint right here. Nice artwork reminiscent of the original packaging art. But this is not the original packaging art. And then over on this side, we have a nice big blister showcasing the figure and accessories. In here, we have that classic Hasbro logo that they used to go ching, stamp on stuff in the commercials and stuff. On the back side here, we have G.I. Joe in the red, white, and blue. Still no real American hero. Knowing is half the battle. There is a nice big file card that if you want to read it, please pause it right here and knock yourself out. And then here we have the cross-sale Cover Girl, Televiper, and this figure, Flint. Symbols I'm not going to learn. Parents, GIJoe.com. Attention! Especially don't stick things in your French pie hole. Warning, attention, Octung. Don't stick things in any other language pie hole that do not belong there. Don't give it to babies. Small, fine, legalese made in Vietnam print, a barcode, and symbols I'm not going to learn. There you have it, my friends. A look at the packaging. Let's take a look at the figure and his accessories. And here we have handy dandy tweezers. So let's take a look at some of the smaller accessories. And first up, he does come with 2 extra sets of hands. One is a grappling hand for the left. I think it's the left. Yeah. So nice molded details. Looks like it's a glove, which is what it's supposed to be. And I'm pretty sure we've seen this before. I think this came with one of the Cobra Commanders. The first one. Maybe not the first one. The one that came with the globe and the cloth cape. And then here we have a pointing hand, which again I think comes from Cobra Commander. In and out hinge on both of those. Then fists, and who knows where these came from. Same level of detail, in and out hinge again. A left one and a right one. These probably came from Cobra Commander too. So pretty cool. Next up we have his sidearm, which looks like a 45. Could not be. I don't know. Nice molded details on it though. Has that realistic look that we always used to fuss about. This line didn't have. So next up is his beret, if I can keep a hold of it. So it's got that tampo on the front of it. Other than that, I think this is the same one that came with the original release of Flint. So, I mean, it's not a bad looking piece. Why not reuse it? Next up, we have his shotgun. It's pump action. Unfortunately, the pump doesn't have any action. But other than that, nice molded detail, realistic look. And very, very reminiscent of the original Real American Hero Flint's weapon. Here we have his backpack. It's got a couple of paint apps on it. That's about it. Nice molded details though. Canteen, some grenades. And then just nice sculpted detail all around. Last accessory is the stand. It's got the G.I. Joe star on it. It's a very glossy finished plastic, and fingerprints do stick to it like crazy. It's got 2 pegs on it, nothing on the underside. And then this is where the name would have gone if they decided to go that route with it. Maybe one day they'll give us just a pack of those stands. That would be nice. A pack of Joe ones and a pack of Cobra ones. So let's talk about the figure now. And the sculpt is different from the classified version. No scarring on the face. He's got a little more hair. And it definitely reminds me more of the original figure. Possibly, more than likely, some reuse right here from the retro carded Duke. And arms as well, but I think those might be the other Duke arms. I'm not 100% sure. He's got a watch on this side. It's got some time on it. Gold paint app here. Gold for his shotgun shells. Gold for his buckles. Nice camouflage paint apps or tampos. I'm sure it's probably some kind of tampo. And then holster here for his weapon. Gloved hands, both trigger fingers. On the back side, nothing really going on up here. And then for the pants, camouflage. And then a nice look to the boots. Let's talk about his articulation a little bit. The neck is standard classified series. Got a dumbbell at the top, ball at the bottom. Neck is a separate piece from the head and the torso. He looks up that far. He looks down barely any. He's got some chicken neck. He's got waggle. He can do the full extras. The neck does move a little bit when you do that. Butterflies in the shoulder. Back that far. Forward that far. 360 degrees of rotation at the shoulder as well. And he can raise his arm up at the shoulder a good bit past 90. Cut at the upper bicep. Full 360 degrees of rotation there. Double hinged pinless elbow gives you that much bend. 360 degrees of rotation at the wrist on up and down hinge. And the other side is up and down as well. Where the chest and the abdomen meet, there's a cut right there. It's a dumbbell. And it allows him to lean back that far. And that's in conjunction with this ball joint or half dumbbell at the waist as well. So, in conjunction, he bends back that far with both of those. He crunches forward this far. And then he's got all kinds of hula. He can lean to the left and the right. It does have some rotation there. The straps here are holding it up. He does rotate 360 degrees. Well, I'll say he does. The belts are kind of holding that up too. So you can get about that much twist at the waist and about that much the other way. So these straps are hindering the rotation there a little bit. So at the hips, he does have pull down hinge. Allows him to give you that much of the splits. allows him to kick forward approximately 90 degrees and back about a half of one of his footsteps, maybe just a quarter. So those go back. Cut at the upper thigh gives you a full 360 degree rotation there. Double hinged pinless knee gives you that much bend, so that's really good. At the mid shin, there is a boot cut for another 360 degrees of rotation. And then at the ankle, tilts down that far, tilts up that far, and he does have a pin for rocker. Rocker, rocker, rocker. Now, as far as accessory storage, I don't know if this really counts as storage, but you port his feet into the stand. Put his beret on him to give him that classic Flint look. Sidearm goes in the holster. And I will say, that holster feels like it's a little big for that gun. I mean, it's not like it's super loose in there or anything. Just... it's big. It's bulky. That's what it is. It's bulky. So his backpack just ports into the hole in his back. No storage for shotgun. So poor fella. He just has to carry it. And there you have it, my friends. I'll look at the figure and his accessories and storage. It's time for my favorite part of a review, comparisons. And here we have the G.I. Joe Classified Series Retro Carded Flint with the G.I. Joe Classified Series Flint and the G.I. Joe Classified Series Lady J with the retro carded Lady J's head. Here we have the G.I. Joe Classified Series Retro Carded Flint with the Valaverse Action Force Special Deployment Series Swarm Sentry and the Valaverse Action Force Swarm Scarab. For our last set of comparisons, here we have the G.I. Joe Classified Series Retro Carded Flint, with from the Marvel Legends series making his cameo appearance, Stan the Man Lee from G.I. Joe Classified Series, the Hasbro Pulse exclusive Regal variant Cobra Commander from Star Wars The Black Series, the Archive Edition 501st Legion Clone Trooper, and for a 7-inch scale comparison from the Masters of the Universe Masterverse line, the 40th Anniversary He-Man. For final thoughts on the G.I. Joe Classified Series Retro Carded Flint, I have to say this is the Flint I've been waiting for. The other Flint was okay, not a bad Flint, but just not quite classic enough for me. And this one's finally come around, and I'm glad, because this is, when I think of Flint, this is what I think of. This exact look right here. And maybe that's because I am a child of the 80s and, you know, really enjoyed A Real American Hero up through maybe the movie. The Dick series, not so much. But the Sunbow series, definitely. And, you know, I won't say I was an avid reader of the comic books growing up, but I did read some occasionally. But what really captured my imagination, like most of us who collected or who played with a real American hero toys back then, was the toy. That's really what captured my imagination. And, you know, the sawed-off shotgun with no back on it. Who didn't love that as a kid? And so, just very, very classic. If you're not 100% satisfied with that original classified release of Flint, then maybe give this one a look. If you're totally satisfied with that one, you don't want to replace it, you know, that's fine too. Because there's nothing really wrong with that Flint. They skewed it. That was during when the waves were kind of still that original classified look, but skewing more and more toward the classic look. And so again, if you have that Flint and you're happy with that one, then hey, that's okay too. But if not, maybe this one will plug that nostalgic hole in your heart that you've been trying to fill with a Flint. I don't know. That sounds weird, but it is what it is. I really like this guy. He will be replacing the regular classified Flint in my display. And again, there's nothing wrong with that one. It just depends on your personal preference. My preference is this version. Well, that does it for the review. I hope you enjoyed it. I enjoyed making it. Only support from viewers like you make this programming possible. Each view does count, and I do appreciate each and every single view I receive. Thank you, and thank you so very, very much for supporting this channel through viewing. If you are interested in supporting my channel further, I am now offering memberships at various tiers. Click the join button on my YouTube page, or check this video's description for the link and see if any membership offers are right for you, but only if you are in a position to do so. Comment below, like, share, subscribe if you would like to see more content or just help the channel grow, or both, that's even better. And don't forget to ding that bell so that in the future you will be notified as my new content becomes available. That's a wrap, folks. I'll see you next time.